In this module, I'd like to go a little deeper into how to mind map effectively. It sometimes seems to people who are relatively new to mind maps that the rules get in the way of the free flow of ideas and expression. However, over the 30 years or so that I've been using mind maps, I've tried many different structures and approaches. And come back to this one every time because, quite simply, it's the most effective structure for the widest possible range of applications. So I'm going to show you a hand-drawn mind map and talk you through the key points of structure. I'll then summarize those laws of mind mapping for you in a linear version and then in a mind map version. This is a mind map about a business trip. The purpose of the map is immaterial for this exercise. This is a worldwide business trip, traveling to the other side of the world, so we used an image of the globe initially to form the center point of the mind map. You notice the mind map is in landscape mode. We have a central image using 2 or 3 different colors. We then have these main branches: travel, business, food, recreation and preparation, attaching right up to our central image. Each of these and all the subsequent branches are a different color. The key points of structure are that we're writing along the top of the lines. So having attached these thick organic central branches that represent our main topics up to our central image, we're then writing along the lines. And then these points here are subsets of the previous level. As we go further out, these points are subsets of this level. Over here on the business line, these are subsets of here. So we're using the lines to make the associations as clear as we can. And we're always connecting ideas one to another. So we're branching from the ends of lines, not halfway down lines. And every idea is represented by a single word and or a picture. Now initially I find it easiest to start by writing uppercase, but certainly printing, so that we make it as easy as possible to read what's on the various lines of the map. In using single words, we're giving ourselves the maximum freedom to go off into different directions and explore different aspects of our subject. When we start using sentences, that starts to limit our ability to radiate outwards. So try to use single words wherever possible on your mind maps and try to make those words as meaningful as possible. So if we use them for memory purposes, use words that will trigger the next level of your thinking. If you use them for creative thinking purposes, use words that will have some emotion perhaps, or have some clear meaning that will take your thinking forward. I encourage you to curve lines. You can curve under, as we have here, or over to make maximum use of space. If the lines make good use of space, that will usually involve making the lines about the same length as the word or the picture. Now you may find it useful to have a rule that says to have the lines no more than 45 degrees from the horizontal. If you start writing lines up and down the page directly, you find you have to twist the page round to write on it. See, we've used a few pictures here. Again, the purpose of pictures you've already seen in the earlier module on memory. Also for creative thinking purposes, pictures are very helpful. I suspect that if you're sitting in a meeting of a business type, you're not going to draw a whole lot of pictures. The key point is to get the association of ideas radiating out to successive levels. So, we try and keep this as simple as we possibly can. Starting at the center of a blank landscape page, ideally with a colorful image, but words will often suffice. You're going to use words and pictures throughout your map. Try to use single keywords printed along the line. Every word or picture sits on its own line. It's the lines that make the associations between the ideas as clear as possible. If you make them flowing and organic, that will help. Try to make each line the same length as the word or picture. And always ensure that the lines connect to the end of the line at the previous level. You can then start to experiment with different ways of linking and emphasizing different aspects. So for example, if I wanted to link something here to something over here, I may draw an arrow that links them up, or I may use a highlighter to represent the fact that there is some commonality between items that are here and over here. So to summarize that in my map form, with far fewer words of course, start the center of a landscape page. We're going to use pictures, color, and use single keywords printed along the lines. The lines make the associations as clear as possible, so make those organic and flowing, and the lines should be the same length as the word or picture. Ideally they should be thicker at the center, thinner as we go further out. The key aspect is that they connect to the previous level. Then you can start to experiment, make mind maps more personal, more beautiful, find different ways to add emphasis and fun to your mind mapping process. And the key aspect is that we have a radiant hierarchical structure in which the associations and the order of ideas is crystal clear. If you use this structure, you'll find that mind maps will be useful not just for note making, thinking, planning, organizing, but also for note taking, taking information down from the written or spoken word as well.